You're all a bunch of fucking assholes. You know why? You don't have the guts to be what you want to be.
Don't blame me, my business I've been minding. Watching y'all move, I can no longer keep silent. No work, all talk, all play, all day, always in a way, and I'm the pariah shit. I've been working for years, trying to build myself a name. Hammer with the flow, I'm putting order to flame. Doing the work of foreman like I'm running the game. So when I speak it loud, they listen, all the same. This a union of vibe and sound, I've got two hands bared. Building up for the ground, it seems if that thing is rare. Got them gloves on my hands, sneaking snakes with fangs bared. But I move too carefully for them to taste their hair. Y'all too quick to waste time, I ain't got a second to spare. From trusting the grip, it's mine, y'all better beware. I hold my people down even when there's nothing to share. And when we sell out, it'll when say we eat dog, I really mean we. I ain't worried what the fuck did y'all mean. Family is family, and that's all. I'll play all day, always in a way, and I'm the pariah shit. I've been working for years, trying to build myself a name. Hammer with the flow, I'm putting order to flame. Doing the work of foreman like I'm running the game. So when I speak it loud, they listen, all the same. This a unit of vibe and sound, I've got two hands bared. Building up for the ground, it seems if that thing is rare. Got them gloves on my hands, sneaking snakes with fangs bared. But I move too carefully for them to taste their hair. Y'all too quick to waste time, I ain't got a second to spare. From trusting the grip, it's mine, y'all better beware. I hold my people down even when there's nothing to share. And when we sell out, it'll only be the chairs. When I say we eat dog, I really mean we. I ain't worried about what the fuck that y'all can do for me. See, family is family, and that's all that I need. Loyalty is all that I breathe. Guess I'm a different breed. See, all I do is grind, the money will come. I'll keep walking my path out in XP till I see some. The weather been cloudy, but I packed me a coat. I've been through a lot, so I'll be proud when they crown me to go. It be an animal farm when you're looking out the window. Major collapses for mills and them pigs, man, they been cold. If you're farming for fame, that's gonna be your end, bro. You better read up before you end, bro. Don't blame me, my business I've been minding. Watching y'all move, I can no longer keep silent. No work, all talk, all play, all day, all wasting away. And I'm the pariah. You can't glorify yourself when you ain't worth shit. So I make sure every track I touch is as real as it gets. But I guess that's just like me, call it realism, I guess. I swear I mean it kindly, this is just how I project. Here it's time to reflect. I've been through the days when I couldn't do shit. This is something from nothing, like a Disney movie and shit. But look where I began, I've been moving and shit, really doing this shit. This music gave me life like there's a chip on my shoulders. Moving like organized, that's word to my small soldiers. Archer with the sight, there's no way that I'm folding. Y'all be shaking in your booth if you saw the hand that I was holding. Since day one I've been all in, man, that's word to sleepy. Ain't know where I've been, steady dreaming and scheming and still working for these ends. I'ma give it 3 years before we rapping in the bins. Until then, I'm just serving these flicks. House cat turned predator, I've been hitting the nip. See the marathon continues, resting in peace to nip. That's why before I hit my grave, I'ma make sure to go big.
All right. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Just say thumbs up. Say thumbs up if you can hear me now. Party over here, can you hear me now? Can you hear me? Can you? Which is crazy because I cannot hear myself. But okay. Uh I don't know what the man. This is all just so futuristic. I was thinking if I got longer hair, look, I'm rocking. Ooh, I'm like a lady. Um, I figured if I got longer hair, I'd be more scientific about this shit and maybe be able to figure some stuff out. Yo, what's up? Stand up, fight backs in the house. Marty came to party. Corey Castburn is my dude. Um, remember, the only way you can comment is if you are on the YouTube page. If you're just watching it from the website, I'm not. I don't have that. I don't have that kind of technology yet. But yo, I got some shit to show you guys today. First of all, man, what a crazy world. What a crazy world we live in. Uh, I just can't even. I can't even participate in it anymore because it's just so nuts. Like nobody even cares about integrity or thoughtfulness or consideration or perspective. All anybody has is just venom, and name calling and making fun of people and stinging on this guy and this meme about this and and I just find it so impossible to even engage in it, right? But here's the issue. You might not understand it or not, but the United States is on the precipice of like nuclear war. Not like nuclear war. We're on the precipice of nuclear war while at the exact same time this country is crumbling. I remember yesterday when I saw a headline that said for every homeless person, there are 18 vacant houses for every homeless person. And I don't remember what exactly the number was when I was running for mayor because that seems like a long time ago to me. But the fact that that's still an issue and it's growing and nobody has done anything to stop it and this country is just falling apart and all the media is trying to do is to prevent anybody from actually figuring out what the fuck is going on and keeping everybody distracted with the dumbest shit while absolutely lying to you, right? I don't think that I don't think that I need to actually give details or reminders or examples of the media lying to people. But this morning, no, not this morning, I guess. I'm sorry. That's misleading. The other morning, what I did was I went and shared an article about the president's son. You guys know the president, Creepy Joe. Look, I'm going to tell you something, though. Check it out. I voted for Joe Biden. But does that mean that I should be stupid? Does that mean that I should act like a Raider fan or a football fan in real life? Does that mean that I should be like, no, you guys sucks. I got the best president ever? Because that's not the kind of person that I am. And if that's what anybody ever expected from me, then you got me wrong. Look, I was under no illusion that Joe Biden was a piece of shit. But Donald Trump was a fucking traitor. And I didn't think that Joe Biden was a traitor because I was led to believe that the contents of his son's laptop was fake. And I was dumb enough to just accept it and just go, oh, That's just Russian disinformation. Oh, jeepers, right? But Joe Biden is a piece of shit. Joe Biden and Donald Trump are both incredible traitors. And by now, I've seen not only that the laptop is real, that it includes very, very, very damning evidence. And it's not just the president, but his brother and his son. And you might not know this right now because the media doesn't really tell you this shit. But Joe Biden is under investigation immediately after the Republicans took control of the House. They immediately launched into congressional investigations. Although the president's kid's laptop was already on the congressional record. Nobody. Okay, look. I'm gonna set you up for this, right? Because this is what happened the other morning. I shared an article that said CBS News confirms Biden laptop, right? Look, that's all I did. All I did was just share an article that said this, man. Look, all I did was just, and look, for some reason my computer is showing Yahoo search. That's Dirty's fault. Look, it's from the New York Post. CBS finally confirms Hunter Biden laptop is real. 769 days. More than 2 years later. Of course, Fox News is all over it. CBS became the latest legacy outlet to authenticate the laptop in a report on Monday. Here's another one. CBS verifies Hunter Biden laptop becoming latest news outlet to pivot after dismissing the scandal in 2002. Stay with me, yo. The CBS tarred and feathered for admitting existence of Hunter Biden's laptop 2 years later. Look, iHeartRadio says, oh, really? Oh, really? Because here's the thing. Everybody effing knew. All the better. Washington Times. Or even Sean Hannity. Brass. Okay, so then check this out. Yesterday, I keep saying yesterday, it was 3 days ago, I shared that article on Facebook. Guess what that got me? That got me a 30-day ban, a 3-day ban from posting, and a 30-day ban from going live. And I thought I had that. Shit, I could just show you right now. Watch. We'll just go to my damn Facebook. I'll show you what happened. Look, I ain't got no jokes today. I'm angry. Add to stream. Boom. Okay, look. So let me go to my homepage, right? Return to Jesse Sponberg. Okay, now watch this. Oh, that water looks nice. Yes. Okay. Look, what's on your mind, right? Can you see it? What's on your mind? All right. Live video. Welcome back, Jesse. Go live by yourself. What? That's weird. Going live is a few. Go live, fool. That's all I want. Just go live. Select. Okay, look. Boom. Well. Would you look at that? You can't go live for 26 days. But here's the question. What did I share? I'll tell you what I shared. I showed you what I shared already. Right? This is what I shared. Not that exact one. Yeah, look at the date. Look at the date. See the date on that article. Oh shit. Sorry, hold on. I had to stream. Well, you know what? I don't have to prove. Just trust I got receipts for everything. Just trust I got receipts for everything. So it's like, yo, here's the deal, man. Joe Biden right now, including his whole family, is under investigation for a litany of things involving substantial charges like bribery, money transferring, stuff like that. I could pull up the whole list of charges. It's long. But the highlight of those list of charges, including in the middle of it, is, guess what? Human trafficking. That's right. The president of the effing United States, based on credible information, is being investigated for human trafficking with his crackhead ass son, who just happens to work or happened to work on the advisory board of a company in the energy sector named Burisma, even though he had no qualifications. And it goes way deeper than that. It goes way deeper than that. And Joe Biden, even out of his own mouth, has bragged about his guilt and his dealings. Right? Here's the thing, Erica. Here's the thing. Donald Trump is the most investigated person in the history of America by the highest levels of the government investigative agencies, right? Donald Trump has never been charged with anything. That's it. Nothing. I hate Donald Trump. I didn't make Donald Trump famous. I'm not the fucking idiots who walked around and said, "You're fired. You're fired. You're fired. You're fired." That's the exact same recipe they used to get Zelensky elected. Is the exact same recipe they used to get Donald Trump elected. Appeal to all these stupid people to make these fools famous. Let's not forget Zelensky is an actor in Ukraine. And let's not forget, when Donald Trump was on the phone with Crooked Zelensky, what did he say? What the fuck is with the Bidens? And then boom, the media wants to twist that around. Quid pro quo. He was trying to get dirt on his opponent. Yo, the media is dirty, and they will lie to your face because they hate Donald Trump. And if you don't believe me, I'm going to play a video for you that's really important for you to listen to. Because this guy is a senior staff member at the at the New York Times. And I want you to fucking watch what he says about telling the fucking truth to the people. And then I want you to listen to his rationalization because it is absolutely fucking nuts. Now, I'm going to say this one more time before I bring this up. Donald Trump is a piece of shit. Donald Trump is a traitor to this country. But you know what? They knew that if they gave you guys somebody so awful, remember, Hillary Clinton sent everybody messages telling them to push the Trump campaign, right? Remember, I didn't make The Apprentice. These television stations made The Apprentice. These television stations gave you Donald Trump on accident. Weird. These television stations gave you Zelensky on accident. Stay with me too, because I'm just warming up. Watch this shit. And then we're gonna see about maybe some Red Panda. Watch this shit. This is gonna fucking trip you out. Watch this. This dude's name is Sam Harris. He's a high-ranking person for the New York Times. Watch what he says, man. Watch what this fucking scumball says.
I mean, Hunter Biden, at that point, Hunter Biden literally could have had the corpses of children in his basement. I would not have cared, right? It's like, there's nothing. First of all, it's Hunter Biden, right? It's not Joe Biden. But even if whatever scope of Joe Biden's corruption is, like if we could just go down that rabbit hole endlessly and understand that he's getting kickbacks from Hunter Biden's deals in Ukraine or wherever else, right? Or China. It is infinitesimal compared to the corruption we know Trump is involved in. It's like a firefly to the sun, right? I mean, like there's just it doesn't even stack up against Trump University, right? Trump University as a story is worse than anything that could be in Hunter Biden's laptop, in my view, right? Now that doesn't answer the people who say it's still completely unfair to not have looked at the laptop in a timely way and to have shut down the New York Post's Twitter account. Like that's just a conspiracy. That's a left-wing conspiracy to deny the presidency to Donald Trump. Absolutely, it was absolutely right. But I think it was warranted, right? And again, it's a coin toss as to whether or not
Sam, I'm sorry.
That particular piece.
I'm really sorry. I was the one that said we should move on, but you've just said something I really struggle with there, which is support
the kids in the basement.
Fuck the kids in the basement. I'm interested in democracy. You're saying you are content with a left-wing conspiracy to prevent somebody being democratically re-elected as president.
Well, no, I'm content. Well, but the thing is, it's just not left-wing, right? So Liz Cheney is not left-wing, right? Liz Cheney is doing everything in her power.
You're content with a conspiracy to prevent somebody being democratically elected.
But there's nothing conspiracy. It's not. It was a conspiracy out in the open. But it doesn't matter if it was. It doesn't matter what part's conspiracy, what part's out in the open. I mean, I think it's like if people get together and talk about what should we do about this phenomenon. It's like if there was an asteroid hurtling toward Earth, and we got in a room together with all of our friends and had a conversation about what we could do to deflect its course, right? Is that a conspiracy? Like some.
Holy shit. Yeah, that's so fucking crazy to me. Like, that's cool. If you don't like somebody, that's fine. That's fine. But if you have a job to do, which is a journalist or a president, watch, I'm going to show you guys something else. FBI. All right. Man, look, they can't even like they just try to hide it from you guys by uh look, they try to just lie to your faces. Trust me, Joe Biden is uh, at least as dirty as Trump. And while everybody tries to tell you that Donald Trump has sex with his daughter, Donald Trump has sex with his daughter, Donald Trump has sex with his daughter, where nobody even knows where that came from, right? I mean, that's just something everybody knows because the media has played it out so many times, right? Oh, brother, wait till I show you guys some shit. Hold on. Okay, first thing I'm gonna show you guys is, man, if I had a producer, that'd be so dope. Um, okay, so look, then that story comes out, right? Then what the fuck happens? Then the FBI goes and tells Zuckerberg to hide the story. I think most people, oh, I got the wrong screen up. Hold on, 5 seconds, guys. I'm rusty. No, that's not what we want. This is the one we want. Boom. Here you go. Try this one on for size. FBI responds to Mark Zuckerberg's complaint. Not complaint. Sorry. Claims in the Joe Rogan show. Zuckerberg told Rogan that Facebook limited the exposure of a story ahead of the 2020 election after the FBI warned him to beware of polarizing content. So Zuckerberg is affecting our elections, right? So Zuckerberg, the nastiest motherfucker on the planet, is helping steal an election. Look, can you still see what's on here? Let me try to make it a little bit bigger for you. Look. The day after Mark Zuckerberg said that Facebook limited a polarizing story ahead of the election because of an FBI warning, the federal agency said it can only alert a private entity of a potential threat, not require it to take action. Bro, that is some bullshit. Everybody that watches Coffee and Bong Hits knows that we went and set through all of those congressional hearings. They had the guy from Twitter there. They had Zuck. They had some other dudes there. Jack Dorsey, that's his name, right? And they were like, look, Russia stole the election. Motherfuckers, that shit is media hype too. That's all media hype. But for the it's not just media hype, it's a direct lie. And I'm gonna tell you guys something really important in a minute. So the co-founder of Facebook said the FBI is a legitimate institution and that the warning prompted him to take that seriously. The story was allowed to remain on Facebook, albeit with limited exposure. Okay, look, now I'm gonna stay with me. Sorry, I was reading out loud. Watch. Let me go back to, hold on. FBI fires man behind Hunter Biden laptop. Um, whoa. Yeah, here we go. Here's another one. You know I got receipts for everything, right? Watch this shit. Boom. You know You know. I always have receipts for everything I say, right? Yeah, look. Yeah, the first day they said the FBI dude in charge of this, who fucking purposely lied. Did you remember that interview I just showed you 15 minutes ago with Ben Simmons? The dude said, even if Hunter Biden had children in his basement, it was not as big a scandal as Trump University. And the other man said, is that a conspiracy? And he said, it's not a conspiracy if we do it right out in the open. But you know who that guy works for? The New York Times. That man works for the New York Times. The guy that said that. The New York Times, I'm going to tell you two things that are important. One, the New York Times is less reliable than fucking Fox News is. You can't trust none of them. CBS just came out and told you it took them 2 years. 2 years to find that information. You can't trust none of them. They're all going to lie to you, right? That's why you got to be able to pick apart different pieces and put it together into one sandwich. Because if you just look at one angle or another angle, you're going to miss. Yes, dude, Sam Harris said fucking the craziest shit. You just missed it, D. Bloom. Sam Harris just admitted. Okay, so look, I'm going to tell you why that's really, really, really important that that man works for the New York Times. Because half of the news stories that I receive on my Facebook are sponsored ads from the New York Times. Right? So we got this circle going. We got this circle of lies going that just goes through the FBI, through Facebook. Look, I haven't even unwrapped the whole photo for the entire photo album for you guys yet. Wait till we get to the cryptocurrency. I haven't even got to Ukraine yet. I haven't even got to Ukraine or why this is important. But do you guys know what the fuck Hunter Biden has been doing on that laptop? I have, no lie, I have in my inbox a 500-page detailed breakdown of what's in that laptop, because everybody in the world has had access to that damn laptop. And they say, oh, it's compromised. It's compromised. Stop. Just calm down. Okay, so the Ukraine situation has been happening since 2014, where Ukrainian nationalists overthrew the democratically elected president of Ukraine. Nobody argues about that. So that means basically from 2014 to 2022, there's been violence between Ukraine and Russia. And if you go, you know what? Oh, wait, see, here's the thing. This is why the show's different right now. Obama the I love it when I just take you guys with me instead of asking you to trust me, right? Why would I do that? Okay, so look, Obama wouldn't give them fucking weapons. I mean, he gave him some, but he wouldn't give him like no surface to air missiles or nothing, right? Here's a New York Post article. I just pulled up. It took me one to find the article to give context. And if somebody doesn't believe me, then we can dig deeper. We can dig as deep as you guys want. I don't have a time limit. I have my own website. I have my own studio in the jungle, so we can do whatever you guys want. Check this out. So Joe Biden has said that by holding up, this is from 2019. Joe Biden has said that by holding up vital military aid to Ukraine, Trump used the power and resources of the United States to pressure a sovereign nation, a partner that is still under direct assault, to subvert the rule of law. That's rich. The aid in question is lethal military assistance that the Obama and Biden administration refused to give Ukraine. See, 2014. The Obama-Biden administration was unmoved. Oh, shit. I might have just pushed the wrong button. Hold on. This page is unresponsive. Shut my shit down. No. Wait. Okay, hold on. Then there's a lot of ads here. All right, that doesn't fucking... We're not going to wait for those ads. Sorry, guys. Let me see. Look, you can go into the presidential archives. Look. Presidential archives. Obama won't give surface to air missiles to Ukraine. But we'll do this together. Hold on. I'm working. Where is it? Boom. Okay, so check this out. This is fucking important, you guys. This part is important. And I could have just told you this, but the show's going to move a little bit slower this way. But it'll be more effective. Here we go. Decisions by American presidents of both parties set the stage. President Barack Obama declined to provide any lethal aid after Crimea fell in 2014, rejecting the recommendations of his most senior national security officials. Trump signed off on the provision of the Javelin anti-tank missiles only after delaying the aid package in an act that led to his impeachment, and he did not provide air defense. Right? So here's the thing. Since 2014, Ukraine wasn't able to wage war like this. They were just having to do terrorist attacks on the people in the Donbass region in Crimea, right? But here's the weird thing. Then the bad guys hired Hunter Biden for some reason. Right? And then Bernie Sanders, man, it was the craziest shit. I don't know if you guys remember how this worked out. But after Trump beat Hillary, it was the Democrat primaries for 2020. And Bernie Sanders was doing really Bernie Sanders was doing really, 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 really good. He had outstanding showings, and I don't want to bore you guys by going through all this part, but he had outstanding showings in the first handful of primary states. And I remember thinking, man, there ain't no goddamn way they're gonna let Bernie Sanders become the president. This will be a miracle. This is too cool. This is great. And then boom, all of a sudden, here comes Joe Biden. And then here comes all the Democrat, other people that aren't Bernie Sanders saying, I'm going to vote for Joe Biden. 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 And within a week, like every single Democrat came out and they stole that from Bernie. Bernie Sanders could be our president. And I'm not the biggest Bernie fan. Do you know that Trump and the Clintons are friends, right? You know that Ghislaine Maxwell was a guest at the Clintons' fucking kid's wedding, right? Y'all know that list of those people that went on Epstein Island are huge, right? You know it's a big club and you ain't in it, Jack. Do you know you can go look and you can find a story right now? This will be your homework. Let me know if you can't find it. Where in Ukraine they were investigating a crooked energy company's dealings, right? And the prosecutor, the special prosecutor that was investigating those energy companies, was getting close. And then they called Joe Biden, and Joe Biden showed up in Ukraine with a suitcase full of money and said, right? I think he had a suitcase full of money. It might have been a credit card. I swear I think it was a suitcase. Let me fucking Google that. Hold on. Look, Joe Biden gets Ukrainian prosecutor fired and brags about it. Yes, 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 yes. Found it. Because I always got receipts. Yes, I always got receipts. I always got receipts. I always got receipts. I always got receipts. I got receipts in the streets. Boom, boom, boom. That's even fact checked by somebody. The green light means go. Motherfucker, I always got receipts. Look, all these people want to argue with me all the time because they're dumb. Look. On January 23rd, 2018, during a Council on Foreign Relations discussions, President Joe Biden was asked about Ukraine's prospects for peace. Biden pursued an anti-corruption policy in Ukraine in 2016 that included a call for the resignation of the country's top prosecutor who had previously investigated Burisma. Who the fuck does Joe Biden's kid work for? Or did he? He probably still gets money. Hold on. Have you been paying attention? Who did Joe Biden's kid work for? Burisma. Who is in this article? Boom, bitch. Boom, bitch. I'm the only journalist you can trust because I always got receipts. You'll never, ever, ever. You will never, ever, ever catch me on some stupid video like that. Where I say, well, I lied. I lied to my people, but it was for better because Trump University. I'm going to remind you guys, Donald Trump is a piece of shit. Donald Trump's whole family are pieces of shit. I believe Donald Trump is a traitor. But Donald Trump has been investigated by the highest levels of the federal government with every resource that they have, from phone tapping to the FBI busting up in his house with a warrant and rifling through Melania Trump's underwear and through Barron Trump's bedroom, going through the little kids' toys and shit, right? Well, I guess he's not that little, but he's probably got toys. He's rich. And what did they find? What did they find? FBI finds. Hold on. Look, 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 look. Look, look. Guys, you know I got receipts for everything I say, right? Remember when the FBI remember when the Department of Justice abused its power, and the FBI and Joe Biden abused their power, and they fucking broke into a former president's house. Look, Donald Trump might be a piece of shit, but Ronald Reagan was a piece of shit. George Bush is a piece of shit. George Bush Sr. is a piece of shit. Barack Obama is a piece of shit. But man, they busted up in a president's fucking house. Now look, they don't tell you after they lied when they fucking told you, look, when they told you that they found nuclear secrets. It was like, oh, Trump's got names of spies and nuclear secrets, right? Look. Show me the fucking Washington Post. Give me the link. The Washington Post is admitting. Oh, let me show this to you. God, I wish I had an easier screen share feature. Stop that one. Hold on. I got you guys. You know I always got you guys. Everything I say, I can find you a receipt for in 5 seconds. That's why when people argue with me on the internet, I get so frustrated. It's like, wow, it takes me 5 seconds to find. You know what's crazy is they call them legacy agencies, right? Like a legacy news versus independent media or new media, right? The Washington Post is admitting that former president's motive for allegedly keeping classified material at his residence was largely him wanting to keep mementos, contrary to months about speculation about what he would do with highly classified intelligence documents. Look! They lie right to you and they never go back and fix it. Ever. They just let you keep believing the lies unless you run into somebody like me. The review has not found any apparent business advantage to the types of classified information in Trump's possession, these people said. FBI interviews with witnesses so far, they said, do not point to any nefarious effort by Trump to leverage, sell, or use the government's secrets. Instead, the former president seemed motivated by a more basic desire not to give up what he believed was his property. Right? We're talking things like maybe a golf club or something. These are mementos given to him by other heads of state, right? That he just decided he was just going to keep. And so because of that, the FBI is going to bust in and lie to America and to Americans and tell them that there was nuclear secrets, there was spy lists. The shit that I fucking read on there is crazy to me. Okay, so now, stay with me. Bing. Hunter Biden is working for Burisma. Joe Biden came in and admitted that he got... Look. Holy shit, let's go back to that Joe Biden story because the one about getting the prosecutor fired. Because that's a fucking insane story, you guys. True. That's the headline there. Let's pop it up. Boom. So look, there's this poor ass country named Ukraine. Why are they poor? Because the richest people, dudes like the actor prick Zelensky, hide their money in offshore accounts. Don't get me started on that one because I got receipts for that too. Look. Biden personally recounted a story. I've seen this. We can find the video. Biden recounted a story. Do I have this up for you guys to see? Yeah. Biden recounted a story in which he allegedly told then President Petro Poroshenko that the U.S. would not release $1 billion in loan guarantees unless Poroshenko fired the prosecutor general as part of anti-corruption efforts, right? This fucking motherfucker Joe Biden, out of his own mouth, I've seen it like 10 times. He said, I looked at them and said, I'm leaving in 6 hours, Biden told the crowd, taking a long look at his watch for effect. If the prosecutor is not fired, you're not getting the money. Well, son of a bitch. Here the audience laughed. The statement drew criticism, appearing on propaganda channels Russia Today and Sputnik. Conspiracy theorists adopted the statement as evidence that Biden ordered the firing of the prosecutor because his son, Hunter Biden, had been serving on the board that the prosecutor was investigating. However, Hunter Biden had not been serving on the board at this time. According to BuzzFeed, aides close to Biden said that Joe Biden made a blunder in his remarks. Biden's staff was also concerned that the remarks will create tension between the U.S. and Ukraine. Poroshenko had reportedly been frustrated with Biden's statements. At the time of the Obama administration, Biden and many prominent names said that the removal of the prosecutor was U.S. foreign policy. Official U.S. policy. Sorry, I'm reading ahead of myself. Hunter Biden joined the board of the Ukraine National Gas Company in 2014. An investigator into Hunter Biden's position in Ukraine found that his ties were awkward and problematic, but ultimately had no impact on the Obama administration's policy making. So look, out of Joe Biden's own fucking mouth, he's bragging and joking about how he went and got the top prosecutor in all of Ukraine fired because he was investigating the company that his son used to work for. His son used to work for, and so that held over, right? What do they have on them? Now, I showed you that Obama wouldn't give them lethal weapons. I showed you that Trump tried not to give them lethal weapons. If you go into the presidential record, which I should have had ready, it specifically says that Obama didn't want to give them weapons because they're white supremacists. Like, everybody in the world knows that the fucking Ukrainian nationalists are the descendants of the Nazis, man. They're literally continuing what Nazi Germany started before, right? The push for a white ethno-state, right? The Ukrainian nationalists want to push out all the native Russian people that live in the Ukraine, right? Because they overlap. People share families across those borders, right? Your wife might be Ukrainian, you might be Russian, your cousins might be one, might be the other. But the nationalists want a pure white Ukrainian country, a European country, right? That's why they're trying to join Europe. That's why they call them orcs. That'd be just the same as if they called everybody N-words, right? Oh, we want an America without the blacks. We don't like the N-words. What's the difference between saying that you want a Ukraine without the Russian speakers? Because they're orcs. But you're going to believe that they're not Nazis because the freaking Ukrainian Jerry Lewis, the Ukrainian Ben Stiller, the Ukrainian fucking Jerry Seinfeld, an actor, just like you guys all felt for Donald Trump, Everybody, you're fired. You're fired. You're fired. The media knows how to plant these seeds in stupid people's heads, right? That's why Zelensky won 70% of the vote for president. That is a landslide. 70%. That is so unheard of. And the people say, the proof that there's no Nazis in Ukraine is that the far right party got less than 2% of the vote. Yeah, dumbass, because who did they vote for? They all voted for Zelensky, the Azov candidate. Now, I'm going to tell you how this all gets even crazier. So the man who runs the television station that the Ukrainians watch, the most popular show in Ukraine, was called He's My President. It was a show about a man who became the president. The actor in that show was Volodymyr Zelensky. Top 10 worst people ever. Top 10, if there's a hell, you're getting priority seating list. He was an actor. Everybody voted for him. But his mentor, the man who created the show, the man who ran the television station. His name is Igor Kolomoisky, and that man has been a major funder of the Azov Nazis. And if you find old stories, you can see how they tried to legitimize themselves by entering into the political fray. And so they have many candidates, and one of them was Zelensky. But look, those same energy oligarchs, the nuclear power oligarchs, the energy sector oligarchs, they're all in a cabal together. And they've been robbing the Ukrainian people for a long time. In fact, that man, Igor Kolomoisky, is set to go to trial. Oh, you know what? I forgot I can just show you. I don't have to tell you. Igor Kolomoisky trial. Look, 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 look. Oh, man. Look, 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 look. Look, this man is he's a bad guy. He's not allowed in the United States. His whole family is not allowed in the United States. And yet he's Zelensky's mentor, right? He is the guy that made Zelensky possible. Look, let me hold on, that's not the one I want. Share screen. Boom. Chrome tab. Here we go. This will be a good article. I'll share this one. Boom. Who is Igor Kolomoisky? No thank you. No thank you. No thank you. Damn. I need like a spam blocker. Who is Igor Kolomoisky? The warlord oligarch who supported Volodymyr Zelensky. Hey, did I already freaking tell you guys that? Is it up? Yep. Look, there he is. Boom. As investigators and authorities now know, one of the most notorious oligarchs out of the former Soviet space oversaw a transnational money laundering scheme of historic proportions and used places like Cleveland, in addition to a number of other small towns across the American Midwest, to hide and launder hundreds of millions of dollars. With no one paying attention, this oligarch, a Ukrainian national named Ihor Kolomoisky, steered one of the biggest Ponzi schemes in world history and ended up being one of the biggest real estate landlords in Midwest America. Oh, god damn. Look. Let me, God, these motherfuckers are so evil. One instance, Forbes reported saw hundreds of hired rowdies armed with baseball bats, iron bars, gas, and rubber bullet pistols and chainsaws forcibly take over a steel plant that Kolomoisky eyed. Elsewhere, Kolomoisky once lined the lobby of a Russian oil company, blah, blah, blah. Bondville in effect, he even maintained a shark tank in his office, which he would fill with bloody chum water whenever he wanted to intimidate a visitor. Look, by the mid-2010s, Kolomoisky was one of the most powerful figures in Ukraine. He even grew his portfolio to oversee one of Ukraine's biggest banks. Look, I urge you to go keep reading this. Oh, fuck, man. There's so much. Look, Kolomoisky allegedly oversaw a multi-year multinational money laundering scheme to loot billions from unsuspecting Ukrainian depositors. Oh, man. The U.S. directly sanctioned Kolomoisky in early 2021, announcing his involvement in significant corruption. Volodymyr Zelensky, Ukraine's now president, would not be where he is today without Kolomoisky. And as an actor and entertainer, Zelensky worked for Kolomoisky's media network, which gave him form support when he stood as a candidate. Zelensky was seen as the Kolomoisky candidate. He appointed one of Kolomoisky's advisors or lawyers as an advisor and held meetings with the controversial oligarch, even as he campaigned as the anti-oligarch. Oh, shit. Look, Zelensky reportedly breached his own COVID lockdown rules to have a birthday party in Kolomoisky's Kiev apartment. Look, fuck, bruh. You need Nazis. These are the fucking Nazis, right? And everybody says, oh, but what about Trump? What about Trump, man? He's not even the president anymore. It's so crazy. You can't even have a conversation without somebody saying, oh, remember Trump? Oh, remember Trump? I'll say it again so there's no confusion. I despise Donald Trump. I loathe that man. But the fact is, those energy sector oligarchs have enough dirt on Hunter Biden and Joe Biden that Joe Biden became the first president to give such lethal aid to the Ukrainians. And they'll say, well, that's because Russia invaded. Not really. Not really. Russia tried not to invade for a long fucking time. A long time. And I know you'd be like, oh, sure, Jesse. Really? Guess what? I got receipts. Boom. Of course I do. Look, those are the U.S. bases near Russia. Isn't that fucking weird? Isn't that weird? The United States has been creeping all the way around trying to get. So for how many years, man? How many effing years? Dude, how many countries? How many countries have we done this same shit to, right? We go, we create a fake conflict, we arm the baddest guys we can, right? Whether it's Al Qaeda or whether it's ISIS or whether it's fucking Nazis. But have no question that they're Nazis. You don't believe me? Watch this shit. Facebook changes policy to praise neo-Nazis. Boop 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 boop. Boop 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 boop. Here we'll just go to the Spectator. It's from Europe, but it'll work. Boop 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 boop. For anything I show you, I could go find 50 articles, right? But I don't. Just because I hope you guys will just be like, oh, okay, I see them. Bah. You think the FBI might have had something to do with that? Facebook reversed its old policy. Look at this. Look at this. You know, I'll never tell you nothing without receipts. Let's zoom it. Facebook will temporarily allow billions of its users to praise the Azov Battalion, a Ukrainian neo-Nazi military unit previously banned from being freely discussed under the company's dangerous individuals and organizations policy. This is crazy. Let's keep reading. The Azov Battalion, which functions as an armed wing of the broader Ukrainian white nationalist movement, began as a volunteer anti-Russia militia, formally joining the Ukrainian National Guard in 2014. Stop me if you've heard that before. 2014. John McCain. Lindsey Graham. Promise money to Nazis. Oh, this is just too much. So we saw the guy from the New York Times lie to you. We now understand how Ukraine was able to apply pressure to the president of the United States even before he was the president, even when he was the vice president. Joe Biden literally bragged, and I just showed you guys the article. We could pull up the video. He bragged that he got the prosecutor who was investigating his son's company fired by withholding a $1 billion aid package. It's not even a secret. But here's why it's not known. Because ain't nobody talking about it. How come that is? Because the FBI, Congress, the Dems, they have a cabal, right? So they start this war in Ukraine. They give them all their fucking... Come on, show me the one I need. Oh, man. Watch this one now. Sam. I know people are like, when you get into this? Bankman, Hyde. I can't remember his last name. Spelled right. Ukraine, Joe Biden, Democrats. Let's just see what this word soup pops up. Whoa. Whoa. Hey, let's read this together. Look, here's Forbes. Here's Forbes lying to you, telling you that it isn't true. Did I find this for you? Hey, you guys, I'm going to have a guest real quick. Look, former crypto billionaire Sam Bankman-Fried, oh yeah, Fried, not Hyde, had plenty of reasons to spend nearly $40 million on the 2022 midterms. Ukraine likely had little to do with it. Okay, so for those who aren't particularly hip, there's a dude named Sam Bankman, what the fuck was his name? Weiss. No, Fried. Sam Bankman-Fried. And he ran the FTX, a crypto exchange, and he took everybody's money and fucked it off. He bought houses, he partied, he invested it bad. He totally fucked it off like a tweaker in a strip club on a video poker machine. But here's the weird thing. Where did he get all that money? Where did he get all the money? Guess what? He got it from fucking Ukraine. Look how everybody else wants to shit on fucking Tucker Carlson, but his name always comes up. Oh, look. Look how Forbes is lying right here. This is an old article. Look, this is from November 15th. This is from November 15th, and they're lying to you. November 15th, 2022. It's now known, widely known, that this fool, look, everybody gave their goddamn donations to Ukraine. Ukraine took all that money, not all of it. Ukraine took a lot of that money, gave it to FTX. FTX took all that money, not all that money, but a lot of that money, and put it in the Democratic coffers for the last election and the election before, where many of them, that amount of money could have made the difference between winning or losing, right? So let me explain how this embezzlement scheme works one more time if you're having trouble keeping up with it, right? I can't believe I pulled that article. I could have pulled a different one. But I like pulling ones that disagree with me, right? Let's try this one. You know what? Let's skip that. I got somebody hanging out. I don't see her face, though. I don't see her face, so I'm not sure if she's really there. Ah, there's her face. Okay, let's okay, so I just wrapped the part about Sam Bankman-Fried real quick. So the dude took the Ukrainian money, gave it to the Dems. The Dems continue to spend that money on the war in Ukraine. And then the people running these crooked organizations in Ukraine give the money back to Sam Bankman-Fried. And honestly, without going too far into detail and being the kind of guy that likes to wait until all my cards are on the table before I tell your fortune, right? You don't flop down one tarot card and start telling a fortune. So probably next week we'll really detail that out. But when I do, I assure you it will be the biggest scandal in the history of the United States of America. All of it, when it unravels. When look, I just drew the lines for you. I drew the lines to you from Kolomoisky through the energy sector to Joe Biden's kid to the blackmail to Joe Biden getting the federal prosecutor, the top prosecutor in Ukraine, getting him fired by threatening to withhold a $1 billion aid package and then bragging about it. It's on video. I showed you guys. And I showed you guys where Zuckerberg told Joe Rogan that the FBI told him to suppress the story. I showed you where the FBI agent in charge of that story, the Hunter Biden laptop story, where he was, at first he was fired, then it was asked to resign, then it was willingly resigned. But the one thing we know for sure, he cleared out his desk and was escorted off the property. He didn't just say, all right, roger, guys, and then dip out. No, it was forcibly removed, right? We know that man, if you forgot it, let me replay this for you real quick. I'm going to replay this. This is probably the most important thing that you're going to hear today because Ben Simmons works for the New York Times. Or did. He's probably fired now, but he did work for the New York Times. And the New York Times is the number one, in my opinion, as a journalist and somebody that consumes a lot of media. Ben Simmons is the New York Times is the number one most promoted news agency on Facebook. Like they spend a lot of money on sponsored ads, and they spend a ton of money influencing the way people think, and they're always wrong. They're like literally always wrong. They said that the Russians were shooting themselves at the nuclear power plant. They pushed the Ghost of Kiev story harder than anybody. They pushed the stupid Snake Island story harder than anybody. They pushed the story that got the lady in Ukraine fired when she said that Russians were raping children. Look it up. That woman was forced to resign in shame. Yo, these are the nastiest, dirtiest, weaseliest, fucking most ungrateful liars that you could ever imagine. Like, I swear to God, if Volodymyr Zelensky told me that fire was hot, I would stick my hand in it. That's how fucking little contempt I have for these monsters of people. And wait till you see the plot twist that is about to take place as this episode shifts and my next guest comes on. And like, I'm gonna bring her on right now, and she can quietly just post up in the back while we watch this video one more time. This is 2 minutes long. Here we go.
Hunter Biden, at that point, Hunter Biden literally could have had the corpses of children in his basement. I would not have cared. Right? It's like there's nothing. First of all, it's Hunter Biden, right? It's not Joe Biden. But even if whatever scope of Joe Biden's corruption is, like if we could just go down that rabbit hole endlessly and understand that he's getting kickbacks from Hunter Biden's deals in Ukraine or wherever else, right, or China, it is infinitesimal compared to the corruption we know Trump is involved in. It's like a firefly to the sun, right? I mean, like there's just it doesn't even stack up against Trump University, right? Trump University as a story is worse than anything that could be in Hunter Biden's laptop, in my view, right? Now that doesn't answer the people who say it's still completely unfair to not have looked at the laptop in a timely way and to have shut down the New York Post's Twitter account. Like that's just a conspiracy. That's a left-wing conspiracy to deny the presidency to Donald Trump. Absolutely, it was. Absolutely, right? But I think it was warranted, right? And again, it's a coin toss as to whether or not
Sam, I'm sorry.
That particular piece.
I'm really sorry. I was the one that said we should move on, but you've just said something I really struggle with there, which is support
the kids in the basement.
Fuck the kids in the basement. I'm interested in democracy. You're saying you are content with a left-wing conspiracy to prevent somebody being democratically re-elected as president.
Well, no, I'm content. Well, but the thing is, it's just not left-wing, right? So Liz Cheney is not left-wing, right? Liz Cheney is doing everything in her power.
You're content with a conspiracy to prevent somebody being democratically elected.
But there's nothing. Conspiracy. It's not. It was a conspiracy out in the open. But it doesn't matter if it was. It doesn't matter what part's conspiracy, what part's out in the open. I mean, I think it's like, if people get together and talk about what should we do about this phenomenon, if there was an asteroid hurtling toward Earth, and we got in a room together with all of our friends and had a conversation about what we could do to deflect its course, right? Is that a conspiracy?
Man. Are you there, Heather?
That was something.
Oh shit. Yo, hold on. You're up there. You're there. I'm not hearing you, but I bet everybody else is. Whoa. I just did something crazy.
My mic's on.
It's not your fault. I'm certain it's my fault. Hold on. Gosh dang it. Audio. What the fuck?
I can try it on this phone.
Oh, it worked.
Oh, you can hear me now.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was so weird. I'm sorry. I've been doing this whole show without being able to hear myself. And I didn't even think that, I was going to have a guest. So I got to get my shit together. Heather, how are you, dear?
Pretty good. How are you?
Frustrating day. As I told you earlier, my goat ate through my fiber optic cord.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
okay, so I'm not exactly sure how we want to set this up, but let me get to the photos, and I guess while I'm doing that, I will tell us your friend's name. so I don't mess it up.
I've made a friend in Ukraine. His name is Sergey. Sergey. I've really only seen it, read it. I haven't heard it. Sergey, I think, is the pronunciation. I was reading the comments, I think, on one of Zelensky's posts one day, because that's entertaining. And I saw a post from a man who, there was a picture of this guy. He had a big scar over the side of his head, and he said he had been drafted into the Ukrainian military despite the fact that he was handicapped. That, of course, struck my curiosity, and I wanted to know what was going on and what his experience was, because there's been so much, like you were saying, so much propaganda. You don't hear a whole lot out of Russia, really. I think most of the details and the stories that we get here in the States are from Ukraine. You really have to struggle to get Russia's side of the story. So that's what I was doing by reaching out to him, was trying to get someone who had like firsthand ground experience of what's going on. And I wanted to know what was happening to him. So we started having conversations over Messenger. And he said he had been drafted and sent to Eastern Ukraine, that he received an injury when he was a child. He was beaten, I believe, with a bat, and he had to have a metal plate put into the side of his head. We had been talking for a few weeks, on and off, because he's in the military, so his internet service is sporadic at best. And he was telling me that he was explaining to his commanding officers that, according to the Ukrainian constitution, he shouldn't have been drafted, that he didn't belong there, and he was having a really difficult time. The commanding officers basically responded by telling him he was meat, and that if he didn't want to stay and fight, then he must be suicidal. And at a time of war, if you are suicidal in the Ukrainian military, that's essentially a death sentence.
You know what?
November. Yep.
Let me interject something here and add a little bit of context. When Russia first invaded at the beginning of this year, right, when everybody found out about it, and Facebook already had its package of propaganda ready, and they already had those memes about how Ukraine's the wheat producer of the world, which was not even true, right? I don't even think they're like top 5. But they had this whole list why Ukraine's important. They had all the videos of the white people, refugees in the subways with their dogs, and they had all this package, right? But one of the things that they kept showing was that they forced every man of legal fighting age to fight. They also gave guns to old women. And people were bragging, and people were showing memes showing that the little girls had guns to go fight. Now that's not true.
A problem that they're seeing now on the front lines is that a lot of these Ukrainian soldiers are untrained. They've been thrown into battle. They've been thrown weapons they're not really experienced with. They're taking, from what I was reading, the S-300 missiles, which is a ground-to-air defense missile, and then using it as a ground-to-ground offense, so that you can't guide that missile. You can't. It takes away the ability to control it a lot.
Okay, so let me see. Let me try to make it like this so you can read what he says. Okay, so Sergey is a disabled person of the 3rd group for life, illegally mobilized, according to Article 23 by the law of Ukraine on mobilization. I am not a volunteer. They are forcing this man into the military Look at his head, yo. Look at his head.
That's a metal
You
plate under there.
So, but here's the weird thing, though, Heather. He reached out to us, like, like
Everyone.
needs he needs our help. He's literally asking you and me to help him escape the fucking Ukraine.
He he has reached out to the embassy in Warsaw. He's attempted to reach out to the embassy in Ukraine, but I guess currently it's closed. He's reached out to Amnesty International, the United Nations, several different outlets. If you look at his Twitter, he has been reaching out to Zelensky and commenting and tagging him and various people within the Ukrainian government. He's spoken to his higher officers. He showed them his documentation. On his ID, it says that he's a handicapped, disabled person.
There's
They wouldn't let him in.
there's yesterday, it says yesterday I wrote 2 emails to the American Embassy in Kyiv and the American Embassy in Warsaw. I asked for political asylum in the USA. Asked to be taken out of Ukraine. I'm gonna hide the parts that we. I mean,
That's
I
me.
guess out of transparency. Um, I guess the blue parts are you, but
It is.
look,
It's.
look,
I
look.
think it's kind of dangerous for everyone involved. It's dangerous for him because he's really putting himself out there. When you're a deserter, and that's essentially what he's classified as now, because he walked away from his station on the 22nd of this month. It's essentially the same as being a collaborator, the same repercussions, and now he's in fear for his life, not from the Russians or the Russian missiles or bombs, but from his own people.
The fucking Nazis. That's who he's afraid of. The same people that are torturing anybody that they determine is a collaborator or a conspirator or a co-conspirator. Or anybody that was starving and might have accepted food from the Russians, or anybody that has Russian sympathies, you know.
Speaks Russian, has a Russian. There's a lot of ethnic Russians. Anyone who has any Russian association, collaborate, they're gone. They tie them to poles and beat them up. Little girls, I've seen pictures of like 12, 13-year-old little girls tied to poles with their pants around their ankles.
All right, so Sergey, he says, due to the fact I was illegally recruited into the army, violating my rights as a person with disabilities, I'm still registered with them as a military man, and I could not leave Ukraine because of this. Because of this, even now I cannot go to the hospital and get medical help because I have a plate on my head instead of a skull, and my head hurts very badly. It hurts all the time.
Yeah. Imagine. It's cold out there now. He mentioned that the cold really affects the plate in his head, and I can just imagine what that has to feel like.
My command refuses to treat me. The hospitals can't take me as an invalid because I am a soldier. This is such a cruel irony, which is killing me. I don't understand why Ukraine wants to kill me. You know, for anybody wondering how these messages are happening, they're going through Google Translator. That's how he's communicating. I have a separate message thread with him. But Heather has the more comprehensive one and the more optimistic one. You know, I'm gonna pause this real quick, and I'm a full disclosure. I've already told Heather that I told Sergey, uh, I don't think he's going to survive this. I hope he does. I wish he does. I wish him the very best. But I don't think he's going to survive it. And I don't know if us highlighting his struggle is actually beneficial to him, or is it ego serving, right? Like, I don't want to think that we're just people trying to capitalize on something sensational so that we can maybe get like some
No.
journalistic props or some juice or something, right? But then, like I told
Yeah.
Heather yesterday, when we were discussing this, I thought to myself, my biggest fear is dying without my story being told. Like, just to be an anonymous nobody that just comes and goes from this planet like a leaf or a blade of grass, right? I'm somebody and I did something and I had a story to tell. And if all I can do and all Heather and I can do together as journalists is to tell that man's story, then I think that that's absolutely the essence of why journalists were created, right? On the second day, right? God created the earth and then he created journalists. Thank God for the investigative journalists that are better than me, right? There's a lot of people out there doing a lot of awesome shit. Sorry, go on, Heather.
I forgot. I think for me, Sergey's story, it's unique, but he's not alone. Every single man was forced to stay in Ukraine at the time of the invasion to fight. And while we tell his story, I'd like people to take a minute and realize that his story, however shocking and however it may end, to keep in mind that there's many men like him out there right now. And while we're arming Ukraine and funding the war and keeping them out there, I think we really have to consider the level of humanity in all of it, for all of them. And I hope that by telling his story that people really take some time to think about that.
So, hold on. I don't want to mess this up. So, what is... Oh, man. This is so heartbreaking. So, what is his plan right now? I ask you that because I'm trying to change the subject away from what I really want to talk about, which is these virtue signaling, brainwashed, freaking corporate media puppets that cheer on this war, that perpetuate this lie that tiny little Ukraine can win this war that's being literally fought in the airspace above their heads, right? How do you ever win a war that's taking place in your yard? You can only lose it. And to know that these people, these ones that sit on their couches and watch television every day and not just passively co-sign for it, but aggressively co-sign for it, right? The ones that come in and say, oh, they're not Nazis, or Putin is trying to take over the world. Remember that shit? Putin is trying to take over the world. We got to stop him. Oh, if we don't stop him, Ukraine is first. Jesse, why do you love Putin? Look, every one of these dudes, let me make sure that Heather doesn't have to take any responsibility for this statement. Every one of you big mouth dudes has blood on your laptop, has blood on your computer screen, has blood. I don't know why I'm kind of out of focus. Anybody cheering for that, anybody pushing for more war, like nobody even talks about peace, right? They say, oh, you can't have peace with Putin. He's a madman. We were just in the fucking Olympics. We were just in the Olympics competing in gymnastics and such. But now he's a madman, even though he took steps to go through all the tribunals, all the UN things. They had two different peace agreements that were violated by Ukraine. And why were they violated by Ukraine? Because the United States gave them the confidence and the weapons to pump them up to go to effing war. And it kills me because honestly, there's nothing I hate more than war. Nothing. Like, do you know that in my house, my son has never owned a toy gun. My son has never owned a copy of Medal of Honor or Call of Duty or any of those kind of games. We've never trivialized, minimized, or made excuses for a war where only poor people like Syria get killed, while people like Joe Biden's son would never would never even see the front lines. None of these people would ever put their kids. If you put those guys' kids on the front line, then you would see an end to the war, right? Look at that. No one will help me with this. Everyone is afraid. And then Heather, you have. I love how you talk to him through here. I won't share all your important stuff, but he speaks that he was left without the internet. Only now there's a weak connection. In a day, they will most likely come for me. Nobody will help me in Western Ukraine because they're all terrified. In my country, the more here where I was born, if you refuse to serve in the army, you can simply calculate the enemy of Ukraine. Now, remember, I told you that this is being communicated. Google Translate.
Calling him a collaborator.
Hold on, there's more.
A deserter is the equivalent of a collaborator. And you know what? When I first looked at his profile, I was kind of thrown off because he just started it. And now that I've spoken with him, he's never asked me for a dime. He only wants to be heard. And now that I've spoken with him, I see a man that really is like reaching, even though life has been horrible to him. He's anything but suicidal. He's just a man who wants peace and not to be forced to live life any more horribly than he has to. And he should have that right.
Where is he? Where have I been talking to him at?
Huh?
Where have I been talking to him at?
On Twitter and Messenger?
Is Twitter Messenger?
I think so, yeah.
Okay. I told the man that we could be doing him more harm than good. And the reality of that situation is it can't possibly get any worse for him unless they begin to torture him like they've begun to torture everybody else.
I saw them. Did you saw that man in the pine box with his arms like this and he was shaking?
The one that they set on fire.
Yeah, I think for some people, like watching me sit here and tear up as we're going through his messages and Sergei's telling me what he's expecting and what he thinks. The videos and the things that I've seen, and it's not Russian propaganda. It's not all Photoshop. Like, I'm an adult. I can generally discern the difference. And the horrible ways that I have seen, and this is just what I've seen, so I'm sure that it's just the surface.
It's crazy.
I feel terrible.
What's crazy is you saw that because you were allowed to see it, because those people are the kind of people who aren't ashamed of it, right? They videotaped it. They take great pleasure in the sadistic sacrifice and the dehumanizing of people, right? That's why they call them orcs, because that's dehumanizing right? Dehumanizing the victim makes things simpler. It's like breathing through a
You see it all the
respirator.
time.
It
Rushy
eases the
or rusty,
conscience.
or
Bro, and
they're very degrading.
people I know will use those slurs against the other human beings. And then don't even get me started on all the idiots that cheered for the sanctions, the most obvious dumb plan in the history of the world, or how Europe is now gonna freeze to death because the United States and Joe Biden and the media, and look, even if Europe doesn't believe the United States, they have to participate. They have to.
Kiev got two. Kiev got 2 hours of electricity today. They call it like the light marathon or something. Catch a light marathon, because they have no electricity.
And then you saw that Zelensky's wife, Ukrainian First Lady, she said they had a poll. She said they had a poll, and 90% of the Ukrainians said that they will be cool. She said 90% of the Ukrainians are willing to go years without power. That they took a poll. I'm like, who the fuck took the poll?
90% of Ukrainians don't even like Zelensky. He was elected under the pretense that he was going to bring with him peace in the eastern region. And they're all
And
upset
anti-corruption.
because he's done.
Have you ever seen that video where he tries to tell the Nazis to do something, and they tell him to buzz off, and he goes, "You can't talk to me like that. I'm the president."
No, I missed that one.
Hold on, I got receipts for everything. Let me find it. Zelensky.
I like going in his comment section just to watch. Like, I used to go to Trump's Twitter for the same reason. I get entertained by the comments. But that's also where I mean, in a lot of different situations, when there was stuff going on in Syria, I made friends that were staying in some of the refugee camps that periodically, over time had a Facebook page and Messenger, and we would keep in touch, and I think it's sad that you can't trust your media to the point that you have to go and deliberately seek out like people on the ground, because you can't trust the other 20 sources like screaming at you.
Yes, I'm listening. I just got my I got my digging
You're looking
face
for
on.
it.
Yeah.
I'm hoping that I know it's even to get Sergey out on foot, for him to hike out. He's an older guy, and it's winter. All the trails that have been looked up are really difficult, covered in snow or highly patrolled.
Dude, where's this video? Find me the video. Oh, this is so awesome. Look, in the video, he ends up at an Azov checkpoint. Let me see if I can actually just find it on YouTube. But for those playing along at home, oh shit.
He's the little guy, huh?
Yeah, he's little.
Little dude.
Well, that's crazy.
Why don't they just box it out? Like Poot Poot and Zelensky, toss them in a ring, WWD. We can sell tickets, right? It can be an online event. We can use the money from the tickets to children all over the world. We'll decide the war. Nobody's going to die.
I think Putin has an honorary black belt in judo. But Zelensky has a fake Oscar. So, tells Azov, I'm not a sucker.
That sounds like it would be like a Tyson match. 33 seconds.
Whoa. You know what's crazy is what's crazy is
That the
let me see
United
if this is
States is
it.
giving these people monies
Yeah,
and
here's the
weapons.
video.
For giving them
Here's the
anti-aircraft weapons.
all they want is just more money, more money, more money. It's not even going. Do you know that
That's all
CBS
he
News
posts.
CBS News prepared a special that showed that a bunch of that money is just getting funneled away, and yes, shit.
All Zelensky posts about on his Twitter are the phone calls he has about financial, material, and weapon support. That's all he posts about. Nothing about working towards peace or any kind of anything like that. No negotiations. It's all just money, 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 money.
How do I get subtitles? Subtitles, boom. Okay, give me the subtitles. It says music. Let me see if it plays. This is awesome. Look, in this video, I'll tell you what happens in this video. This is a great video. I've seen it before. Vladimir Zelensky went to the village of Zolotoye, where volunteers, radical nationalists from Azov, occupied the last checkpoint to prevent the disengagement of forces in Donbass under the Minsk agreements. Right? This is a 3-year-old video. Most evaluations for Zelensky are negative, but there are people claiming he demonstrated his desire for peace by starting dialogue with volunteers. It's as if they're saying don't start another armed conflict without even trying to negotiate. But who does Zelensky talk to? With some unknown radical at a checkpoint? We will leave aside the manner of conversation when the president points his finger and is rude to the person who is talking to him quite correctly. The radical is trying to find out from Zelensky his reaction to the demands previously handed to the president. Zelensky replies that he is not a sucker, but a president, and came to tell them to put guns down. Oh, gosh, where the fuck? Oh, you're not even watching the video? Now that sucks. That makes this look like a stupid show.
Кухарчук, это по разным областям.
Денис, это же так не делается.
Ну, так так
Не,
спросили.
еще, подожди, вышел Стадников Николаевич.
Наш губернатор.
Передал письмо. Да, или что вы ему там, вернее, вы ему передали.
Дали письмо. Ну, он мне передал, я прочитаю.
Вы же спросили, что там было. Я вам и рассказываю, что, собственно, было. Вы же сами спросили.
Послушай,
Can you hear it?
я президент. Мне 42.
Yeah.
Я ж не лох. Я тебе пришел и сказал, оружие убери. А ты меня не переводи на акции.
Причем мы с вами уже поговорили, вы потом
Я не
спросили.
Look at all those Nazis around him. All those dudes are Nazis.
Решил, что перед ним какой-то лопух стоит, и переводишь меня на другую тему.
He thinks he's in the mob.
Мы этот момент обсудили, я вам следующий сказал
Нет,
еще один
я
момент.
услышал, что
Можно?
окей. Ты мне скажи, ок, все.
У нас нет.
Это значит, ты меня не парни, это я вам сейчас сказал серьезно. Смотрите. Все.
Мы услышали
Письма
вас.
мне
All right,
передали.
look, that isn't really an important
Нет проблем.
video. I just wanted you to see it because I referred to it, and I always got receipts for everything I fucking do. Okay, so Heather, here's something. You and I are going to stay on top of this story with Sergey. And we're actually trying to set up an interview with him. But the problem is that we cannot find anybody who can translate for us that we trust. Because I don't trust
Or that would be
Russians.
willing to speak the truth.
I don't trust Russians. I don't trust Americans. I don't trust Ukrainians. I think I've proven through these last 2 hours how everybody has lied right to our face. I don't want to have to play that Ben Simmons interview again, but he directly said Joe Biden could have children in the basement. And you know what? They do have children in the basement. And those children in the basement are terrified of the fucking Nazis. So it's not lost on me that when I was a child, when I was very young, I think I was in the 4th grade, because I could tell you exactly where I was standing when I really was confronted with the atrocities of the Holocaust. When I first saw the black and white photos of bodies piled up and bones piled up and teeth and jewelry, and I could never understand. I could never understand, because I was naive, how people could have allowed this to happen. And then as I grew up, I realized that not only was it allowed to happen by just ignoring it, but it was actually fomented and empowered by Americans, cocktail style Americans with their black ties and their fundraising. And they actually gave aid to Nazi Germany. And the New York Times actually wrote articles telling people that Hitler was not a threat. And now here we are again. And now, like when I was a little kid, I always promised myself that would never happen on my shift. That would never happen on my shift since I was a little kid. It's one of the things I've been most certain of in my entire life, is I would never passively allow the rise of Nazism in this country ever again. And people say, Jesse, you're obsessed with Nazis. What about Putin? Fuck Putin. But we're talking about Nazis. We're talking about targeting people because of their race, because of their ethnicity, because of their language, right? That is ethnic cleansing. And I don't need to remind, you know what? I probably do need to remind people that during World War II, 1.5 million Jews were murdered by other Ukrainians, including Stephen Bandera. And that dude is a hero in that country. They celebrate his birthday. They have him on official national postage stamps. They didn't go anywhere. Do you think after they killed the fucking Jews during World War II that all the Nazis were just like, all right, we're going to fucking take off. We're all going to Argentina. They didn't all go to Argentina. Only the ones from Germany went to Chile and Argentina and Bolivia and those countries, right? But a great many of those people that participated in that kind of atrocity are still entrenched in not just the power structure, but the social climate of that country. I've seen so many videos from Ukrainian children that are taught to hate you Russian speakers, but they're Ukrainians that just speak Russia. Because remember this, a line on a fucking map is only arbitrary. A line on a fucking map does not, you don't see it, you're walking on, well, you might see it some places, but you don't always see it, right? Only if there's a border checkpoint, like the one they just showed that had Nazis waiting at the checkpoint. So when that man told you that the New York Times was absolutely okay lying about it, and then I showed you the article that said that CBS News, after 2 years, finally confirmed that that was true, and that when I shared that article on Facebook 3 days ago, I caught a fucking ban for it, and then I showed you the article where Zuckerberg told Joe Rogan that the FBI came and told him to suppress the information, and I also explained to you how Joe Biden and his son have an entrenched business interest in Ukraine with the most evil motherfuckers, and those are the people that facilitated the presidency of Volodymyr Zelensky, the man who wears green shirts for no reason, and the man and his wife who have photo shoots and show up at award shows and host concerts by U2 and hang out with effing Ben Stiller.
I think I figured out the reason for the green shirts. In Ukraine, if you're a man between the age of 18 and 60, if you're not fighting, then you're getting beat up or worse. I think he wears the green shirts as to set like I'm with the military, you need to be with the military example.
Hey,
you know,
that's the same reason. How'd it get dark on me? It's like not even 6 o'clock in Hawaii. It gets dark early. Look. Like, it's dark.
If he
Anyway,
was where he's like,
it's the same reason that politicians roll up their sleeves when they're on the campaign trail, right? You want to give the common man the impression that you relate to him, right? That you are one of him. You know, you're Joe Plumber. Isn't that what they called the guy a couple years ago, a couple elections ago? Joe Plumber. You're just Joe Plumber.
I think it's in a way that he uses it to like relate to people, but I also think for him it's a power and control thing. If he's wearing the green military shirts, almost like a North Korea thing. If he is wearing green military and he's the president, you better be wearing them too. You know?
Hey,
That's what I
so
think he's doing.
we might have a special episode tomorrow, yeah?
Yeah, when she wakes up, our buddy in France, she's had some really cool, I don't know about cool. She's had some interesting experiences living in the region of France that she is. And she's really trying to help with the situation with Sergey. She reached out to her network, and it's a bunch of like retired military people and humanitarians, and they've kind of created like an underground railroad for people to escape parts of Ukraine in extreme cases. Unfortunately, in Sergey's case, they can't. I have to turn this light down. I can't see. In Sergey's case, they can't evacuate him. I'm gonna smoke too. They can't evacuate him because he's a conscript, and they feel that taking him out could put future missions in jeopardy, which I'm sure, and could put all of their lives in danger. So it would be a really, really risky mission for them. So now plan B or C is to find him a safe house in one of the surrounding countries. And then we can map out like logistically getting him there. Hopefully. But imagine having a big plate in your head and going through like these struggles, like the Amazing Race to get to leave your home and go to who knows where. Like it's gotta be it's terrible. And for what? Like the people that are doing this will never see like fight a day. Zelensky, right. I'm sure, has power. He's in his bomb shelter. He's got plenty of food. He's warm. He's fine.
He's warm. Yeah, he's definitely warm. He's him and his wife. Yeah. Meanwhile,
that's scary.
I can't get enough of that. Okay, look, there's one thing I want to do before we go. It's Twitter time. It's Twitter time. So, you know, here's something. I just explained to everybody why Zuckerberg is complicit in not only selling your information, not only selling your information, not only lying to you, not only influencing elections, not only agreeing to change his policy to support neo-Nazis, but this whole time, Elon Musk, look, I'm going to tell you something. I don't give a fuck about Elon Musk either. I really don't. I don't. I'm not going to argue one way or another. It doesn't really affect the price of tea in China. Well, my grandma said, I haven't said that in like my whole life. That's one of my grandmas.
This dude
the price of tea in China.
Lot. This guy, between the power he has in social media now, and then Starlink, like the whole Ukraine's whole communications for all their military is dependent on Elon Musk's Starlink. So this one man can just decide, hey, you know what? I don't want to pay for it anymore, and decides the whole war. He's not even elected.
Yeah, you know, a weird thing that has happened through the chasing of the chases of Corey. I definitely got you. I definitely got you. I got you, Corey. I promise. Sorry, Heather. That was a little sidetrack. We've definitely allowed people to consolidate a lot of effing power, man. You know what I'm saying? Jeff Bezos could shut down our Amazon deliveries, and people would starve in places around the country, or Elon Musk could shut down Starlink, and a war would be over in a day. Or Elon Musk has spaceships. This is why I don't understand why everybody's trying to piss the dude off. Right? He's got spaceships. He could make a whole army of spaceships or drones or whatever. I mean, what we're doing is we're poking the bear with a stick, and these people really have the potential to be comic book level super bad guys, right? We know that private armies are a thing that corporations have. We know that private security is a thing that a lot of billionaires and rich people have. We know they fly around in private jets and lecture us about climate change and tell us to ride our bike to work while they're taking private jets all around the fucking planet. You know, here's the thing that's important there. I just can't stop talking because I'm so mad about everything. Is the hustle turns our lives into a football game, right? You have to either like Donald Trump or you have to like Joe Biden, right? You don't have choices. And if you don't like Trump, then we'll give you Joe Biden. And if you don't like Joe Biden, then we'll give you Trump. But really, don't forget, Trump and Hillary Clinton were homies. Don't forget, Bill Clinton went on Epstein's plane. Don't forget, Ghislaine Maxwell was at Chelsea Clinton's fucking wedding. These people hate you. These people hate me. These people don't give a fuck about you. They don't give a fuck about destroying this planet. They don't give a fuck about anything besides undermining, underfunding, not supporting. And people be like, oh, that's the Republicans. Bitch, you know how many people Obama killed? You jackasses. Like, none of them love you. We are cockroaches to these people. That's why you need an escape plan, because if you didn't see what they just did to you during COVID and that didn't make you completely rethink your life, like if you just saw a whole country get shut down over some bad information and a 1% fucking death rate, right? Man, don't even get me started on what Dr. Fauci's been forced to say today during his deposition. I didn't even have time for that. These people hate us, and I guarantee you when I start scrolling this Twitter, it's going to become obvious. Look, this dude, I don't even know who this dude is, but look, 2 years ago, I was a bleeding heart liberal. Now people call me a fascist. Man, you know what? I relate to that. Nobody calls me a fascist, but I see it happening. I see the narrative changing. I see people getting squeezed out that are independent thinkers, right? Oh my God, can I just stop everything real quick and just say this? Oh, that shooter's father. That's it. That's all I'm going to say. If you believe that's a real person, props to you, bye. I don't think that the Matrix has reached a spot where that dude is a fucking real person, right? It just can't be. This is all too scripted. You know what I'm saying? Look, these are the same people that told us Jesse Smollett got mugged by people that said this is MAGA country. Boom. And I can give you a million examples. They told you that a MAGA dude went to Paul Pelosi's house and hit an old man in the head with a hammer. He was an 80-year-old man. He got out of the hospital in a week. Right? And you know what? They've released the footage which directly contradicts what they said, right? It keeps happening because the media knows. It doesn't matter what media either. It's not just Fox News. We just proved the New York Times is terrible. We just proved CBS News is terrible. All the other ones skipped it half the time. Do you know on the day that FBI guy was fired, I went and looked for that information to see the angle that the left-wing corporate legacy news used on it. You know what? They didn't even cover the story. They didn't even cover the fucking story. I swear to God, I have screenshots somewhere on one of these phones that I keep having to replace. Seriously. Seriously. If you believe that dude's dad is a real person, though, man, I have some shit to sell you on Facebook Marketplace.
He's like a cartoon character.
Dude, he was right out of Trailer Park Boys or some movie. Nobody in the world really fucking talks like that, man. And the things he said, like, dude, I don't believe in crisis actors.
He's not gay.
I don't believe in crisis actors, but if I ever did, believe, oh
Jesse,
shit.
Every time they turn CERN on, life gets fucking weirder and weirder. That's like a whole nother conversation.
Yo, look. I found. No, you're right. That's some weird shit. Yo, that's for the Tuesday night show, though. This Tuesday night, man, we're gonna be going off on CERN, the two suns, like the shit that I see on my fucking TikTok. I gotta take halftime. I gotta take halftime break real quick, though. I promise, my man, one of our most loyal viewers, my man Cody Cashbarn. Sometimes I call him Corey, but I always apologize. But I didn't that time. I'm just saying sometimes I do. So if I did earlier, it just says C dot. So okay, look, we gotta do this for my guy though. This is Red Panda sign. We're supposed to do this halftime, but yeah, this is a throwback. You ever seen Red Panda? Watch her. Come on, hurry up!
Waiting for something to happen.
Just keep watching. Boom!
Wow.
Did you see it?
Yeah. Yep.
Hold on.
Some talent.
Keep watching. Watch the crowd, though. The crowd effing loves her. Oh, wow. That crowd didn't do shit. That was a shitty crowd. For the shitty Bulls. Okay, well, there's a spider going right. Can you see my finger? Look. Boom. Look, it's on me right now. See him?
No.
He's on
you
my
get
finger.
some big ones out there, huh?
Nah. I did see some crazy webs, though. Look, I got them right.
Oh, no, you can see. I can't see the spider.
Look, I'm flying like a kite. I'm spinning them around. Nah, sorry, buddy. That's not cool. Okay, I really want to go into Twitter, though, because it trips me out because everybody acts like Elon Musk is the real threat. But, yo, Zuck is the real threat. So it's like people that are standing knee-deep in quicksand going, oh, look out for the Venus flytrap. Like, bro, you're standing in quicksand. Okay, here we go. Here's more truth bombs. Look, this is why they don't want you on Twitter, because of shit like this. You ain't getting this stuff on Facebook, man. Let's keep going. Whoa. Whoa, no way. Okay, yo, dude, Balenciaga. I didn't get a chance to talk about Balenciaga today.
That's
You
another
guys,
mess, whole mess.
you guys, look, I didn't have time today to talk about Balenciaga, but I encourage you. You're not gonna find this information out on Facebook, so you'll probably have to go find it on somewhere else. But Balenciaga, just in a nutshell, Balenciaga is a super high end,
Kim
a super high
Kardashian
end
and Kanye.
fashion label. Yeah, right? I was just gonna say that. That's some Kim and Kanye shit, right? Anyways, they just ran back to back super inappropriate content involving children, BDS imagery, and the if you actually go and I don't want to turn this show into to take that kind of energy, but like go on TikTok or something and see what's printed on the newspapers in the background, see what's on the book, see what's written, and Google that stuff, and it's some of the most heinous violent shit that you imagery that you would ever want associated with your advertising campaign. It's some shit straight out the fucking devil, right? And man, what's Kanye been telling motherfuckers? Dude, Kanye already said he doesn't well look.
I think it's weird he hasn't
Everybody
had anything to say about it. And
Kanye?
on the desk under the purse, there's a stack of documents, and the documents have a court case number on them. And the
Yeah.
court case traces back to back to Zuckerberg and Meta. They want to make a realm in Meta where pedo peoples can go and interact with virtual children, and they feel that in this court case, the reason why they want to make this okay and make it legal, because no children will be hurt, and they feel that it'll enable the pedophile to get their whatever out without taking it out on an actual child. But when you that document that's on the desk under the purse, if you zoom in and you look up the docket number, it's a court case. It goes back to that case, which makes the whole situation even weirder.
I did not know that Facebook was involved in that.
I don't think it's a Facebook thing. I mean, I would assume, because Facebook has the Meta, and they're at the forefront of like virtual socialization. So somebody is pitching to create a virtual room. It's a big court case that's been going on, to make a virtual room where pedophiles can go and meet and interact with virtual children, not like real children, but they'll be like computer AI.
What the fuck?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Like my
It's
eye
crazy.
twitches after I read the news in the morning.
Honestly, I try to avoid learning about that stuff as much as possible. Not because it's not something that I feel is super important. Just I really try to limit what's on my searches, because someday the FBI is going to try to frame every person that doesn't repost stories that say alopecia is a disability, right? Or repost articles about Johnny Depp, or just the dumbest shit, jumping to conclusions, venomous, just ripe with confirmation bias to absorb and regurgitate any slightly tiny bit of witty thing that makes them seem virtuous. And I'm going to end the show with this little lesson right here. And I'm going to think about this for a couple days, man. The most dangerous people right now in America are the people with above average intelligence. I'm going to tell you why. Because when you have above average intelligence, you know that you're just really on the cusp of having average intelligence, right? And so you're well aware of that. And so you compensate for that and you project that feeling of intellectual inadequacy by being so willing to be the first person to push a corporate talking point or to show up in a thread, literally just copying and pasting something that you got from a corporate rag, because of your willingness to try to appear mentally superior to the people that you're really only a little bit smarter than, right? You're just that van. You're not exceptionally smart, but you're a little bit. So you're prone to just try to look smart, and that plays right into the mass brainwash, because then the people that are of lesser intelligence who are used to deferring to you being a little bit smarter, you get tricked, you get trapped, and the acceptance. And I'm gonna tell you the other way that people get trapped like that is the virtue signaling. See, if you really actually have real virtue in your heart, you don't have to run and go capture every manufactured moment that you could try to put virtue on your resume, right? Like literally, what the fuck are you doing putting the Nazi fucking Ukrainian flag as your profile without even giving it a second fucking thought? Right? These things like this, like suddenly there's a blue and yellow wave, but the truth is that's a Nazi nationalist maneuver. And by not passively co-signing for it, but aggressively co-signing for it, and then Facebook giving the illusion with fake numbers. Right? We've all seen these people on TikTok or on Facebook Reels that have come out and admitted that they're paid off, that the government or these different institutions come and give them a bunch of followers. They give them a troll farm.
Hey. What are they paying you?
But they still owe me money from Occupy Portland. They owe me money from Standing Rock. They owe me money from Black Lives. Like, I'm just writing IOUs with George Soros' name on them, and then fucking George Soros goes and pretends he died yesterday. They're just gonna put his soul into a child like the emperor. Fuck, I could do this all night, really.
The brain
the one from Ninja Turtles?
Look, I don't remember what cartoon it was, but there was like a big guy monster and he had like the little brain box in the middle of him.
Yeah, and that was Krang. Yeah, that was Krang. Krang. Hey, I do have to I have to run a couple commercials real quick though. Hold on. Y'all don't forget about fake Crocs. Hey kids, do you need highly versatile amphibious footwear, but you're scared that if you wear them too often, you're going to fall in love and then be that guy that wears them to the store or to job interviews? Well, all you have to do is get fake Crocs, because they'll break long before you ever get an opportunity to fall in love with them. All right. Don't forget also, let me see. Maybe I'll just do the talking. There we go. Hold on. You don't need a mullet on your head if you have a mullet in your heart. Oh, let me say that again so that I can make sure to just click off of that. Right? Hold on. Look, you don't need a mullet in your hair if you. Hold on. Yo, check it out. You don't need a mullet on your head if you got a mullet in your heart. Sick one, polarized, UV, customized fashion eyewear for the sophisticated man. Also brought to you by Shane McLemore Toys and Custom Action Figures, where you will get kicked off Facebook if anybody catches you playing with them. They're not for kids. They say toys, but they're not for kids. Rationalize that however you want. You can find Shane McLemore Toys on Etsy, eBay, and Instagram. Just not on the Facebook, because that's where little babies hang out. I was supposed to move that. What else am I supposed to oh yeah, I forgot one of our new products. Hey kids, do you remember how much fun you had with the poop stick, the poop glove, the poop bucket, and the poop pot? Well, welcome the newest member of the family, the poop plate. That's right. Take the poop plate, put a little bit of poop on it, a little bit of fly poison, and watch the fun. Look at these flies breakdancing all over the place. Plus, if you order now, we'll throw in at no additional charge the poop fork. Operators are standing by. Order now. Wait a minute. That was fast. Hold on. Why was that sped up like that? Let's try that one more time. Hey kids, do you remember how much fun you had with the poop stick, the poop glove, the poop bucket, and the poop pot? Well, welcome the newest member of the family, the poop plate. That's right. Take the poop plate, put a little bit of poop on it, a little bit of fly poison, and watch the fun. Look at these flies breakdancing all over the place. Plus, if you order now, we'll throw in at no additional charge the poop fork. Operators are standing by. Order now. Hey, look, people think that shit's a joke, but when I become the Ted Turner of turds, Ted Turner, that was a good one. Damn, I should have wrote that joke. When I become the mogul, when I'm rich, just selling anti-fly treatments and my own brands of poisons and dog turds, I'll be rich. My goal is to put a turd on every couch in America. And be successful. I think that's all I have to.
We should do this on. We would get banned.
On what?
On TikTok Live.
Hey, you know what? I put in the work so that we could. I put in the work so that I have 1,000 TikTok followers, so I can go live when I need to. I busted my ass. I didn't even do no follow trains. I just grinded it out with good content. Then I got my 1,000. I was just like, whoop, whoop. Hey, hold on. I gotta tell you guys my Thanksgiving story. I was supposed to update it through the show. This is what I did yesterday. I don't know if you guys know, I had to go back to eating meat. Because a lot of the things I have to do in the jungle require high protein, and I was passing out, and it was really dangerous. So sometimes I eat meat. I don't bring it home, but sometimes if I'm out and about, and if I gotta eat it, motherfucker, I'm gonna cook it. Watch this. This is my Thanksgiving story, real quick. So long, old friend. Oh, that was the last story first.
Don't worry about that shit. Just be like, fuck it. Yeah.
Stop, damn it. They're backwards. I'm trying to tell. This is an important story. Okay, hold on. I'm dying out here. I'm breathing so much smoke.
Feed Sasha, dude. I forgot to feed Sasha. I go, sweatshirt. Sweatshirt. Jesse has a sweatshirt.
You gave me this sweatshirt, actually. I actually asked for it. I was like, give me a sweatshirt.
T-shirt.
Fuck it, dude. It's Thanksgiving, man. And yeah, it's raining.
Throwing down some lyrics if you want. It'll be fun. Just try it.
Feed Sasha, dude. I forgot to feed Sasha.
Throwing down some lyrics.
God damn it, I don't even know what happened. I'm sorry. That sucks. That was supposed to be a beautiful photo essay, but it doesn't make any sense. It was like the spirit of Thanksgiving photo essay as these drunk people in the background were having these little moments of gratitude and Thanksgiving appreciation. And I captured it, but it looks stupid if you play it backwards. It just sounds like drunk people. Instead it builds up. Hey, let's wrap this up. This just went 2.5 hours and it felt like nothing. But hey, I'll meet you in a private chat. Like
All right.
all right. So hey, I know it was weird today because it was a late episode and because I caught that 30-day ban on Facebook going live, so we didn't have quite the audience that we normally might, but shout out to my guy Joe, all my people on the West Coast. Whatever you do not Google Russian submarines because you will shit your fucking pants when you find out what's sitting at the bottom of the ocean just waiting to escalate this conflict that nobody should be participating in.
All the Poseidon.
Bruh, the tsunami creator. I don't even want to talk about it because I don't want to make anybody scared. Okay, look, I love you all. Erica, Mr. Cash Barn, Marty Party, Ryan. Shit, I don't want to miss nobody. There wasn't really that many people in here. D Bloom, nice to have you up in here. Joe, I think I already said that. Stand Up, Fight Back. Heather Lynn, our guest. So Heather, I'll see you in a private chat. The rest of you guys, hopefully I'll see you Tuesday night. Now that my internet works, we can do Strange Game on a volcano, and I basically just show you guys all the weird shit on my TikTok. Giants, weird dinosaurs, pyramids you didn't know were there. I got choke shit on there. So I'm warning you, I'm paralyzed by what I see on my TikTok. So if that happens to you guys, you're going to have to sign a disclaimer or something, or a release before you watch the show. Okay. I love you, Heather. Thank you. I love all of you. Let me see. Do I still have an outro video? Oh, I do. I got my Kansas City outro video. Let's see. Boom. 5,000, G.
All day, I was gonna win every day. I was gonna win all day. I was gonna win every day. I'm a champion, shining like a diamond. Call me Rocky, Muhammad Ali. On your box of Wheaties, Eric Cutter, Eric Magazine. Second place, Mike. What you think? You's a buster. What you think? More Memphis. No thing. More Memphis. No three things. Winning. And more winning.